So I was thinking about movement specifically, and I sort of came to the realization or the thought that everything we do, if we boil it down at its most basic level, is just movement. It's all based on moving things, moving one thing to another place, or moving something into another thing. But at its heart, it's all based on that. Take cleaning, for example. If you're cleaning a room, all you're doing is really moving debris and dust and trash and stuff like that from places where it's not supposed to be to a trash can, and ultimately to a landfill where it's going to end up, where it needs to be. So we're moving one thing from where it's at to where it needs to go. Or take a truck driver. All they do is move goods and materials from where they used to be to where they need to go. Even other things like movies. All you're doing is moving different pictures across a screen to put forward some idea. Books is the movement of an idea. You're moving ink onto a page. That book is moving across readers and ultimately moving an idea. The list goes on and on. It's really crazy to think that everything we do can ultimately be thought of as something that's moved. Cooking, taking ingredients, moving them into a specific configuration and specific proportions in a pan, or if you're baking in in the oven, and ultimately getting an end result. And all this made me think. I was trying to think of what's something that we do that isn't movement, that isn't based on change. And I couldn't really think of anything. Even something that's like, of course, it's obvious. Like, a farmer, his job's based on movement. The movement of crops, of nutrients through crops, the crops through the earth and growing towards the sun. The movement of those crops to market, or a programmer, movement of electrical impulses in a certain directed sequence to produce software or a game or whatever it is. But what isn't based on movement? Even a philosopher, someone who just thinks, or someone who learns, it's still the movement of ideas or information, or the movement of brain signals and movement of electricity along neurons. So it seems like the whole world is just based on this simple principle of movement.